Hey everybody, it's Dalton. I'm out here at a small lake in Watsonville, California called Pinto Lake. It's a really old lake. It's been around, I don't know, their site, it says 10,000 years. I don't really know how they get to that, but it has been around here a long time. In fact, it's so old, the water's considered toxic. They don't allow any swimming. They don't encourage anybody to eat anything out of it. It's just been around for a long time. It's one of the oldest natural lakes in California. You know, the lake is got a lot of big bass, and I haven't caught any yet. I've caught quite a few small ones, and I'll do a video on this lake, probably the next video. The video I want to do today is just kind of a basic video on bass fishing resources. I talk a lot about baits, but I rarely ever tell you where I buy those baits or where I get my tackle and my stuff. So I want to talk about bass fishing resources. Where to go if you're just getting started out in bass fishing, you're relatively new at it, you're getting back into it, you're interested in it, you're just right there. You haven't been doing it a long time, so you haven't established those places to get your stuff. So I took a few notes just to kind of share with you how I get my stuff. First of all, local tackle shops. Local tackle shops are a gold mine. Here's the problem. A lot of them are shut down. There's not as many of them. You know, most things are online now. But if you are fortunate enough to have a local tackle shop, you should go there. I mean, they're not going to have every bait you want. They're not going to have everything you want. But they are a source of information. They want to give you good information about fishing so that you'll come back. And if you have local lakes around that tackle shop, go in there and talk to them. They'll give you some heads up of, are the fish biting over there? What are they biting on? Local tackle shops are a great place, a great resource. Bass Pro Shops. I was raised up Bass Pro Shops. When I was a kid, we didn't have the internet, so I got a big, thick, catalog from Bass Pro, going through it page by page. I still get those catalogs. And, Bass Pro Shops are a great place to go if you're interested in bass fishing. There's one in San Jose, that's the closest one to me. They have things for the kids. They've got a bowling alley, they've got, restaurant, they have fish tanks. You can look at the boats and all the fishing gear, and you can really learn a lot about bass fishing going to Bass Pro Shop, and they have tons of stuff. I love Bass Pro Shops. I'll even go to places like Dick's Sporting Goods. They have a lot of stuff that I like. I'm in California. Not far from me is a Turner Outdoors. They have some stuff that I like. I like to get my terminal tackle there. I'll go anywhere to get baits. I'll go to Walmart. I've been to Walmart and I've gotten some great deals on like Yamamoto Senkos and baits that I use quite often. I don't care where I go. I'm going to find what I want. But some of my mainstays are going to be those local tackle shops, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods and stuff like that. Now, online resources. Probably 70 to 75% of the tackle that I get is through Tackle Warehouse. They have a really good website. They have great staff. They're really courteous, great shipping, and they have pretty much everything I want. And every month I make a Tackle Warehouse order. It's just what I do. Tackle Warehouse is a great online resource. Another online resource is Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, a lot of baits, a lot of tackle, you can just go to Amazon and you can buy it there. And of course, Bass Pro Shop, also you can, go online with them. And there's other ones, but these are just kind of the ones that I use. Another resource that, we should talk about is learning resources. Bass fishing is an evolving sport. I started out over 40 years ago. My dad gave me a spinnerbait, taught me how to Texas rig a plastic worm, and that's all I had. And I caught tons of bass. And then I started ordering more stuff through Bass Pro Shop, started learning how to topwater fish, how to fish crankbaits. But this sport is evolving, and even though a lot of the baits, a lot of them are the same, there's just some new ways to use them and some really creative ideas of how to use those baits and when to use them. So learning is really important. Let me give you some resources about learning. YouTube. YouTube is a great place to learn. If you're on my YouTube channel, you can just go over to channels and you're going to find some sites that I've subscribed to. Now, I'm not into these gimmick sites. I know a lot of people are, but I'm just not. You know, a guy will go and buy a $12 pole from Kmart, and here I'm going to go out and see if I can catch fish with a $12 pole. I have no interest in that. I subscribe to sites that I learn something from. I'm not going to learn from every single video, but I'm going to learn things. Just this morning, I got alerted on my channel that one of the channels I subscribe to just came out with a video, and I learned about a topwater bait I knew nothing about. And I'm going to be making my order through Tackle Warehouse. They have it, and I'm going to get a couple of them just to see how it works. And so you want these resources, and YouTube is a great resource. You can go to my channel, check out the ones I've subscribed to other than the cooking channel, and you'll be able to find some really good resources on bass fishing. There's another one called Bass University. They're around $14-15 a month. And it's top-level pros talking about some of the ways, they're never going to tell you everything, but some of the ways that they catch bass. And they do give really good advice. But here's the thing you got to watch out for. They're pros. They got the best stuff, the $100,000 boats. I've got a $600 fish finder. They've got $3,000 and $5,000 fish finders with touch screens and gadgets and all kinds of computerized stuff that's way beyond mine. You got to be careful with that because there is an advertising involved. Sometimes you're going to feel like if I don't use a $600 rod and reel, I'm not going to catch any fish. That's bunk. You can go to one of the videos I just recently did called Mid-Range Rods and Reels. I've been catching fish for years on mid-range rods and reels, so you don't need to buy in to all the advertisement and the hype. But on the other side, they do give some really good tips on seasonal patterns, water temperatures, depths, water color, basics of bass fishing that's really important to know, so that when you get out into a body of water like this where these fish could be hiding anywhere, you got a little better chance of at least trying to find some of them, which can be tough. You've got online articles, there's magazines. One of the things that I like to do is I like to watch bass fishing tournaments. FLW, Bassmasters, they live stream their tournaments on the internet. And probably one of my favorites, which is a lot of people's favorites now, is Major League Fishing. My wife and I watch those tournaments all the time. We'll it'll live stream on my laptop, we hook it on our TV and we watch it on our big screen. And you can learn a lot by watching high-level bass fishermen catch bass. One of the things you're going to learn about bass fishing is you're not always going to catch big bass. You know, a lot of people have the mistaken idea, I don't know what Kool-Aid they're drinking, but they have the mistaken idea that the high-level pros, all they ever do is catch 10-pound bass. No, they don't. And Major League Fishing is one of the things that revealed that. These guys will tell you they've been fishing the same way for years. You know, most professional bass fishermen stay pros by averaging 3-pound bass, not 10-pound bass. 3-pound bass. That's what keeps them getting checks. So when you watch Major League Fishing, you're going to see them doing the same thing we're all doing. They're catching small fish too. 1 pound, 1.5 pound, less than 1 pound. Sometimes 3 and 4 pounds. Every once in a while they get an 8 or 9 pounder. But it doesn't happen very often. Bass fishing is a lot of work. The big largemouth bass, they're hard to catch for a reason. Now you may be at a lake, say Clear Lake, California, or the California Delta, where you have a lot more bigger bass. And if you have a place where you have a lot of big bass, you can catch a lot of big bass. But some of the lakes that I fish just don't have those giant bass. But I go out there and catch as big a bass as I can and have a lot of fun doing it. Well, I hope this video helps. You know your resources, get online, find what works for you, go to these local tackle shops, go to a Bass Pro and check it out. And you know what, it's going to help you in your fishing, it's going to help you if you're getting into it, and you're going to get a lot of information. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you listening to me today. I'll talk to you soon.